Hello everyone, it's Monet and welcome back to my channel.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to
Okay, wait. So today I am going to be showing you my 5 favorite standalones. Just because I just want to show you guys, so I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's just hop right on into the video. This list is not in any particular order at all. So the first book I don't physically have, and I'm really sad about it because it is one of my favorite books, and it is called With or Without You by Brian Ferry. And that book is just so good. If it's an LGBTQ+ book, if you're into that, and it was just so good. I read it when I was like in middle school, so, and it's still, like, I still remember the title till this day, and I don't have the book. It's so good. I wish I had a copy of it. The second book is called Remember Me by Christopher Pike, and this book it's a kind of big book, though I'm not quite sure if it's a series or not. I don't know, it's just a really good book, and it follows this girl who died at a birthday party, and you just kind of have to figure out like what happened to her. Like, did she commit suicide or did someone push her? Like, what happened? And then it turns out that she can actually switch bodies if she wants to, so she can go into another person's body, and then she has to go through this whole entire thing of convincing her best friend and her brother that it's actually her, even though it's a different body. And so it's really cool. It does have a little bit of a religious thing in it, but not too much, and it's so good. I read this in middle school, and like I said, to this day I still remember it, and this is obviously before I started taking care of my books. Like, it's a mess. It's a mess. The next book that I have on my list is Struck by Lightning by Chris Colfer. Now, this book, basically this book is about this young boy, and if you've seen the movie, then it's basically the movie, but it's basically about this boy who is trying to get into his dream college, and he has to write this literary magazine, and he's blackmailing a bunch of people who are, I don't know, like, they have status, but they also were mean to him, so he's like blackmailing them to write a piece for his literary magazine. And some of them, you actually get to read the literary magazine. Some of the poems were good, some of them were really weird, but it has a very, I guess, a happy ending. I guess it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, this book was so good, and I love it. Don't go into it thinking you're going to get this amazing story plot. Just go into it knowing that you are going to laugh. You are going to laugh so much. Like, this book was me in so many different ways. It is so weird how I related so much to this book. And I actually had to go through and highlight. I decided to go through and like just highlight everything that I liked in this book and what was making me laugh, and then it just turned into me highlighting like every single page, so I just stopped. But it is so good. Oh, it's perfect if you want to laugh. So I highly recommend this book if you just want something to laugh. It's so good. The next book that I have here is kind of not controversial, but some people love it, some people hate it, and this is Aristotle and Dante Discovers the Secret of the Universe by Benjamin Alvarez, and yeah, I butchered that so bad. But it has so many awards, and I did hear about it on BookTube, obviously, but I didn't really get a full what's it about, what's everything that's going on, you know. And so I personally think that helped me when reading it, because I wasn't really expecting something big. I wasn't expecting anything monumental, so I enjoyed it. And I'm not going to talk too much about it just because I feel like that's how you have to go into this book, not really knowing anything. Just know that it's about 2 boys who are completely different, who share a bond, and that's all you really need to know. So yeah, I highly recommend this book if you don't know anything about it. And the last book that I have to show you guys is You Will Know Me by Megan Aboot. And I hope I'm saying that last name right. This book, it was recommended to me by a teacher who eventually did me dirty. But it's okay. We'll get over it. But I actually really enjoyed it, surprisingly. And it kind of is relatable in a sense, just because the main character is a gymnast and the whole book revolves around gymnastics. So this book to me was so relatable because it does revolve around gymnastics, and I am a gymnast. You can't see the wall of stuff, but I am a gymnast. And this is a psychological thriller, I want to say. It's a psychological thriller. It's blurbed up though. It's blurbed up, like a lot of blurbs. So it's about a girl named Devin, and she's a gymnast, and she's one of the best ones at her gym. She's one of the ones, she's basically the reason why the gym is still a gym. It's the reason why people want to go there. It's because of her. And when she was younger, she had something happen to her foot, and basically her whole entire gymnastics career, she kind of had to compensate for that. And it turned out in her favor. Like, she's one of the best ones. But there's this guy who happens to come to the gym, and he somehow gets hit on a highway. And basically the rest of the book is just trying to figure out who did it, and you're just really into the mind of the mom. I think this whole entire book is told through the point of view of her mom, so you really get the sense of something's wrong, something's missing. And it's so, it gets in your head, because in the end you find out that basically everyone knew. And it just frustrated me slightly, because I'm like, okay, you're the mother, like, you have a right to this house, you have a right to everything. But she was, I don't know. And then she has a younger brother as well. He's in there. He's also kind of significant to the plot. This book is just so, it gets in your head a little bit, because you're just like, how can this happen? Especially if you grew up in a gymnastics background, you're kind of like, how could this happen? And no one freaks out about it, and it seemed as normal. And like, where did she find the time? Even if you're like a very competitive gymnastics, you're just like, where did she find the time to do this stuff? Like, I didn't even have time to go to any of my high school football games, so she's finding time to do other stuff that takes probably longer. So it just gets in your head, especially if you're a gymnast and you know how things work. But I would highly recommend this if you want kind of like a psychological type read. So I don't know if it's YA, but it's good. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below your favorite books, favorite standalones, and I don't know, I might take suggestions on what to read from there. And please like, comment, all that jazz, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to.